I'm standing at the entrance to Donnelly's Dome in Franklin, Maine. It's on Great Pond, about 45 minutes from Bar Harbor. And we've spent part of our vacation here. Really nice, cool little place. Thought we would be able to show it off just a little bit. Can't really see it from here. It's about 1/10 of a mile down this driveway, which doesn't look much different from the road, which I'll come back around here. About 1.5 miles before you really start to see many people. There's a couple residents between here and there, but really only like 2 houses that are occupied year-round. A couple vacation cottages, but I didn't see anybody in them. So it's really remote. As to anything on the road beyond us, up this way, don't think so. I think this is a circle back to the main road, and anybody would get to it from the other direction. So you keep going up that way, you aren't going to run into anything. Really nice if you like seclusion and just being alone. It's really cool. But anyway, start to show it off, come back. We're going to walk down the driveway here, and I'll show you some stuff when we get a little closer. As we come down here to the end of the driveway, onto the upper meadow, which has some great stargazing at night from here. It's just beautiful. There's just really nothing in the way. We get this view of Donnelly's Dome. It's about 4,000 square feet. It's kind of weird calling it a cabin. It's got 3 stories plus that little cupola up on top. And they've got this meadow, the little playground off in the trees, and these trees right in front of us. You look at the top, there's a windmill up there. There's also a big propane tank down in there for the stove. This house used to be completely off the grid. It also has solar panels for conducting electricity on the sunny side, and of course firewood. So it used to be totally self-sufficient. There is electric lines now for it. If we approach it, it's going to shoot down. There's like a secondary road, and they're going to take a walk down that way later. It's kind of nice and peaceful, but we'll keep going towards the house for the moment. You approach the house, around the trees here, and down the hill there's another meadow as you head down towards Great Pond. And again, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But you come around it, there's a fire pit off here to the right. Made s'mores last night, hot dogs, kind of thing. Had a good time outside. But to the other side of the driveway, you have the dome. And you actually enter the main floor, which is really the second floor of the dome. There's a garage down there, snowplows, snowmobile sitting in the driveway down there. Kind of tells you what it's like in the wintertime. We're going up the steps onto the deck by the front door. Lovely to sit out here in the evening and just listen. And coming around this way, you will see the view of Great Pond. It's beautiful. We've also got this lower meadow. Kids have had a great time catching fireflies out here at night. Going back around the deck, dips down as you get the second way down to the meadow, as opposed to going to the front door. And there's solar panels, as I said. This is the side that catches most of the sun. There's these wonderful triangular windows which make great views outside. So you can just sit in there and just look. It's just absolutely beautiful. The deck goes up at the other end to the back door of the house. And the property doesn't go very far beyond that tree line. Most of it is the other direction. And there's lots of it. Coming down the stairs off the deck into the lower meadow. It's just beautiful, peaceful. There is a greenhouse down here and a vegetable garden on the other side. Really, in a lot of ways, this place is pretty self-sufficient. It was designed to be. Yes, and of course it has well water, but the well water isn't bad here. No problems with it whatsoever. As we walk down, you can see there's corn growing. I'm not really sure what else is going on here. Lots of bird houses here. We have seen lots of birds. There's another one as I pan back around, back up the hill to the dome. It's just a really quaint, very cool place. From the other side of the greenhouse, there is a path that goes down the hill towards Great Pond. We had a really hard time bringing kayaks down this. We rented some kayaks for the week, and this was a little tiring getting them down here. It was well worth it to take them out onto the water. Everybody pitched in. The kids were able to carry one of the lighter ones for a good bit of this. And of course they took care of all the supplies and things then while Suzanne and I finished up. But there's I don't really know the size of Great Pond. Decent size. I mean, I would call it a lake. I wouldn't call it a pond, but around here they call it a pond. Up over a rise, and then down to Great Pond. I don't know how much this wind is picking up on the microphone. I hope not too badly. I'm gonna come down here to the shore. The breeze is blowing right at me. Let's see. Yeah, we had to schlep those things from up near the house down here. The water isn't too cold. It's a little cold, but not bad. The house has 800 feet of private beach. Got a little dock out there. The water has some freshwater clams in it, so wearing shoes in the water is a definite must. And after a while, I'm going to try and take the camera out in one of the kayaks and film back. Should be fun. And here we have a view back, looking at shore, a private shore, back to Donnelly Dome behind the woods, the private dock. We're out on the lake. This is Great Pond. It's very windy and wavy today. So I'm going to put the camera back in the bag before it gets destroyed. But that's the beach and everything. It's kind of cool. I've started walking down that secondary road that I showed earlier, and not too far down it, came across this. I'm not really sure what it is. It looks like somebody was going to build a cabin out here. The starts of it, or barn or something, but it hasn't been finished. It's just kind of been left. A little bit of a mystery, but that's okay. Makes it fun. Anyway, as you walk past it, you see another meadow. This one's very overgrown. And that's actually not on the Donnelly property. This road is actually the dividing line. Everything from here up to the main road, down to where it curves quite a ways out along the edge of this meadow. I'm going to walk a little bit further. We'll see what's out there. There is a great big rock next to the trail. It's like 6 foot, 6.5, maybe 7. Good size. There's a lot of outcroppings, boulders, kind of things off into the woods as well. Kind of neat. Gives it nice character. The kids really want to climb it, but I showed them the lichens that are on the rock. The fact that those are living things that they should not disturb. So they've left it alone. But boy, they wish they could. It's not right though. Anyway, the trail was very overgrown. Seen some interesting plants along the way. Showed them about Queen Anne's lace, which has a wild carrot underneath. There's edible. Saw some sassafras plants just right on the trail as well. I haven't really looked in the woods to find the full trees, but they can't be far away. Just nice to be able to get back out, identify things, be out in nature. If I'm quiet here, you can hear the birds. It's just really nice and still. Coming out of the woods, back onto a road. This is a road that took a turn, keeps on going out this way towards a couple cabins we saw while kayaking on the lake. But again, I think you get there from the other direction, from a loop around Great Pond. See, I called it a lake. That's how big it is. We're going up this way in the other direction to kind of make a loop around the border of the property, kind of like a 19-acre loop. There's this wonderful meadow with a cabin, and it looks like it's got some fencing out there, like they've kept some kind of animals in a pen of some sort. I really don't know what they've had out here, but it's just very quaint and really rustic. Kind of fun. I'm going to continue back up the road. And right here is the intersection where the road turns, the edge of the property. The road that goes straight, which would go this way, doesn't go very far. Because if you look up ahead, you'll see that there's like boulders in the road and a big dip. You're really not going to travel up that way. which is all right, because we are going to go back this way, back around to the entrance where we saw the sign to Donnelly's Dome. Basically just listen to the wind, the birds, and basically your own footfall. Not much else. It's just very pleasant. And I've come back around, and I'm going to go up the stairs and in the front door up there, which is open at the moment, and go on in and relax. I hoped you enjoyed a tour of the outside. We'll do a tour of the inside a little bit later.